Good morning, everyone. Asha here from Garden DayZ. Actually, it's almost getting to be noon. I had an enjoyable time at my friend's birthday party that was about 2 hours away. And the drive wasn't actually as bad as I thought it would be. But I'm glad to be home because I have to tackle a few issues, and one of them is the bane of my existence. I've worked on it like 3 times already, maybe 4. It's a constant process, but it's my drip system, and I've got to redo things again. So let me go down the list of what I did. At first, I had the sprayers in, and I was losing pressure with the sprayers, and I had to break up the system, but it was just too much. I had like, how many zones? There was like 12 zones. It was ridiculous. Now I only have 4 zones, and I've broken it down because with the sprayer, I think I worked on that 2 to 3 times, trying to get the zones right and the pressure working. But then I decided to just change it all out for the drip emitters, and that has been working good. And I only have 4 zones, like I said. But the thing is that some of the pots it doesn't want to get water to, but it could be that instead of running the 1/2 inch through here like I should have, I ran the 1/4 inch, and I don't think this 1/4 inch can keep the pressure, and so the water doesn't come out and the plants don't get the moisture they need. I already got this garden bed done here because I ran a second line because I plan on planting more bushes back here eventually, so I wanted the line to go ahead and be there. I definitely have to rework this line. I think I'm going to bring it this way and then along the edge of the garden here. I think that'll be a better run. I wanted to give you an update on my birthday garden that I planted in the last video, and all the plants seem to be doing well. We have the nectarine here, the fern bush. I think it's a mountain laurel. I forgot. It's a mountain bush, and also another fern. Then we have the quince up front. We have all the catmint, and then the almond is back there. We have a yellow coneflower here, and then a sedum planted there. And I might later add more to this garden bed, but right now I just want to see how it fills out. This is my extra poly drip tubing, but unfortunately it was the wrong size. This I think is a 3/4, and I'm using the 1/2 inch. So I can make this work, and I'll use it where I can. Hey Moo, you look comfy, but I did buy an extra 100-foot roll. Hopefully I can get to all these garden beds, but this is another one I want to work in. I want to have more of the 1/2 inch lines running through the garden beds rather than the 1/4 inch because, like I said, I don't think they hold the pressure as good. So I'm going to do a circle of 1/2 inch here and then go from there. And I have all these 1/4 inches. They're just so long, and it just doesn't do well. So yeah, I need to go ahead and get this replaced. I had thought not to mess with this bed, but I still do have 1/4 inch drip lines, and they're kind of long that run through the bed. What I could do with this bed is just pull the 1/2 inch to the center and run it down the middle of the bed, and then just put drip emitters along where every plant is. Because that's how I have it done in a lot of my gardens, and those spots do really well. So I'm not going to be changing those out. I just need to change out where the 1/4 inch was run way too far. This is what I'm talking about right here, where the emitter is dripped to the 1/2 inch supply line, and it's working really well. Now here, the reason why I got that clamp is because this is a 3/4, and it runs, this is the new line that I ran for when I plant out. I just have to add an emitter there and an emitter there for those 2 bushes, and then I'll plant more bushes along here. But this is mainly how this whole bed is done, and it works really well. Instead of trying to get this 1/4 inch to keep the pressure all the way to that. So I'll run a 1/2 inch line all the way around here. The one thing I forgot to mention is I'm going to connect the supply lines together. So the one that wraps around this way, there's another one that comes over here. So I'll probably connect it to that. That way it gets better pressure, and then it just goes on that way. This is another problem area here. The 1/2 inch stops about there, and then the 1/4 inch continues and goes into this garden bed here where there is the drip tubing. It's the 1/2 gallon, but no water comes out of this. There's just not enough pressure. So I want to bring the 1/2 inch over here, and then I think I'm going to plant a tree here eventually, and I'll wait to put a emitter there, but I'll take this drip tubing out. And then I want to continue on connect it over here, so that way it gets better pressure because it's all connected. Okay, well, let's get started because the day's wasting away. I think I'm going to work in this area first since it's the shadiest and feels the best. Obviously, because my dog Moo Moo's chilling out. She looks very comfortable. Wait, hold the phone. Why does it look like Sasquatch is gardening in my garden, or I've got a Yorkie head? I was able to work through the night and get most of it done. I did not get everything done, and I'll show you why in a moment. But let me go ahead and show you what was accomplished. Hey, Moo Moo. So I was able to get the 1/2-inch run through this whole area here, and then the drip emitters put onto the line directly, except right here, I have these kind of T-zones that have little points, and then you can hook 1/4 inch to them, and that's what I hooked to these here, and then the drip tubing. But all this works. It's been several days and I've tested everything a couple times just to make sure, and everything is getting watered properly now. And over here in this garden bed is the same that I showed you. This is the issue that I ran into, is that I thought I had tees, but I ran out of tees. So I wasn't able to connect everything like I wanted to. But I did add the drip emitters here to the two forsythia. The drip emitter should be here in a couple days, so I'll be able to complete all this. I had enough tees to finish some beds, like this one here. I was able to do the circle 1/2 inch like I wanted, and then just add the drip emitters onto the line. And then I was able to tee in here to the main line. That's one other thing, is that, see that gray garden hose there? I wanted all the controllers to come out of the laundry room right here, but that's where I was also losing pressure, is because it had to go through this long garden hose and then go out to the garden. And it was run this way. And by the time it reached over here, since the garden hose was so large, I guess I could have shrunk down to a smaller garden hose. But what I ended up doing is I went ahead and put a controller back on this post here. And since I did that, everything has pressure, because out there the drip emitters were not working. But I'll get to that. I already showed this part, and this is where I stole one of the tees. I'll fix this line here once my other tees come in. And then also I want to do a circle here as well. And then go into this garden bed. And then this right here is fixed. So like I said, I was just going to run the 1/2 inch through the garden and then just put drippers on that. And it's working perfectly. I reran this line here. It used to just cut through the middle of this bed, but now it goes along the edge. So that way I added drippers instead of 1/4 inch that had to come out. Just makes more sense. And it continues on here where my pup Moo is. And then I teed here. I actually extended this, I believe. See, these are the little kind of adapters. They just have the 1/4 inch there. I kept this one because it just made sense since it was already run and it works. And then I put the 1/2 inch all the way out here, added emitters, do all this stuff here. And then the 1/2 inch goes back in, and then that's when it runs in over here. But it also connects, so it connects in multiple places. That way the pressure is better. It comes in from this way and also this way. And then remember, I'm going to connect it down there too. This garden bed was working properly, so I didn't do anything. But when I get the tees, I am going to have a line that runs this way and then along the edge of the garden bed. So that way I won't have to run these 1/4 inch right here. I can get rid of those. Same thing with my birthday bed. As soon as I get the tees in, I'm going to run a line that goes to the edge of this bed here. And I just have a few 1/4 inches that go in, but it's not a long span, like to these quinces here. So I'm okay with that, and they've been working. Then the 1/2 inch line runs underneath and then goes into this bed. And it was working here, but from this point on, there was not enough pressure. So it runs under there and then does this whole garden bed. It was not working at all. And I only have two, what is it? One, two, three emitters here because I haven't really planted this bed out yet. And these two emitters were not running. So like I said, once I changed it to the closer faucet over here, everything started working again. There's another line that runs under here and then into this bed. I do have some long 1/4 inches in here, and I'm waiting for the tees to come in because I'm gonna run two lines in here. I'm gonna split it right there because right now one goes that way, and then 1/4 inches just go over to the plants over here. But I want to put a tee in and put the 1/4 or the 1/2 inch through here. And then reconnect it back there. It goes underneath this path. Then it comes back out, and then it goes through this bed. I did have some 1/4 inches, but I removed all of them. Now the 1/2 inch kind of snakes through the bed to the plants, and then I just have the drippers at each plant. I didn't really change anything about this bed because it's not really planted out, so I don't have to worry about it. As well as the other bed, it's working properly. I am going to eventually change this out though, because the 1/2 inch runs under the rocks, which is kind of weird. So I want to extend this so I can just run it through the bed to each plant. And this is working properly. Look at the globe mallow. Oh my God, it's in bloom. It looks amazing. This is a native. It just grows here wild. And also the dianthus is starting to rebloom again. So this wasn't getting watered in the summer because of the pressure, but some things have bounced back. Look at all the blooms here. They look so pretty. Love that. But my butterfly bushes did not come back. I had 2 there. The sedum, something ate it, and it's now just starting to come back. And eventually I want to replant this bed. All it is natives right now. There's nothing growing in it that isn't native. So I do want to add a few things in. And this pot is starting to work again now that there's pressure. I just have blueberries in here. But I think some of these are, yeah, they didn't survive, unfortunately. And the pots on my deck are finally getting watered again, although these are juniper, so they can withstand a little drought and lack of watering, so they were fine. I haven't added any drip to this garden bed yet, and obviously it doesn't really need it, although the globe mallow does perform a little better if it does get some water. But it's still a beautiful plant that's kind of understory of this salt bush. I do really love my native plants and shrubs because they just don't require the maintenance and the water that others do. Thankfully, my perennial veggie garden doesn't need anything because I have the drip tape and also the 1/2 inch line that runs and does the blueberries. So this is all good and everything's working properly. Well, that's basically it. It might not seem it, but I did get a lot of work done. I was just having to redo a lot of what I had already done and rip out the 1/4 inch lines. So I'm glad it's done. I'm going to be excited for the T's and the elbows to get here, so that way I can just get it finished. I did forget to mention that I was able to use the rest of the 3/4 line. That's what goes through here, and then it swirls around and then comes through this bed here. I just have a little 3/4 left that I can use here and there. And I got to clean up my mess, but I'm waiting until the parts come in so I can just get it done. I don't want to put things up and then find I need them and then have to pull them back out. And I did save enough 1/2 inch to finish this bed off here, but I might have to buy another roll to finish off that one over there. Well, the sun is about to set on another day. I'm just glad most of this is done. I'm excited. Tomorrow, we're supposed to be going to Prescott, Arizona, which is about 2 hours from us. And they have statuary there. I did already go once, but I didn't end up getting any statuary. I'm going to go see if he will take a reduced price on that, if they still have that statue that I want. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get some statues in the garden. That'll be amazing. I also want to go plant shopping. I'm hoping that they still have their sale. The last time I was there, I was able to pick up, I think, 2 fruit trees, and they were only $25 a piece, although they were smaller ones. It was 2 plum trees. We got the Santa Rosa and then the burgundy. Anyways, I hope you'll check out that video and come along with us on our trip. And then I'll get back here, and if I had bought any plants, I'll get those planted out. So I'm excited for that. Well, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me during this video. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, if you want to check out more videos, they'll be right over here. Or if you haven't subscribed yet, you can just hit that button, boop, right there, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Mwah.